One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
What's going on, good people? We don't know where you're at, but we know why you're here. Welcome to Saddle Up Podcast. G, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
Man, what's going on? It's a beautiful day down here in Brownsville, Texas. Hey, I said it, man. I told people where I'm from, where I live. That's it. You know, they're going to keep hounding me at the HEB. But that's okay, man. You know why they hound me? Because I'm associated with you, my man.
Oh, whatever. You're
the man,
Brownsville's finest, man.
The man, the myth, the living legend, Matt Palmquist. Everybody give it up, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, you would definitely get stopped at HEB regardless, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
sure.
I think that you having somewhat of a podcast fame now, us being one of the best podcasts in
South Pedro. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. In Hidalgo, right?
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Hidalgo, man. One of my school districts.
We're ranked number 1 in Progresso. You know,
love Hidalgo, love Progresso as well. One of my school districts. Shout out to Progresso. So we're here, man, because obviously we need to bring some things to light.
Yes.
Right. And I know that this podcast has started off really slow, but stick with us, guys. It's gonna get better. I hope. Matt is 2 hours behind. He's still, just woke up a little bit ago.
Well, I think you and I kind of, obviously there's no guest this week, and we just wanted to take this opportunity. Right. It's by design, guys. We wanted to take this opportunity to kind of dispel any myths and misconceptions about the podcast, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
We get this a lot. We get it a lot when we're booking guests. And, I guess the intent behind the podcast, let's talk about that, G. When we started it, we wanted to bridge the gap between UT Pan Am and UTRGV. We always felt that, there's one side of the fence that felt like they're forgotten. The other side is like we're making momentum, right? And that is the case. We started the podcast to open that gate, so to speak, of the fence and get those people, those old heads, technically we're old heads, right? And so
not just former alumni.
Former
don't
alumni
refer to me as an old head. I'm
not
an old head.
Yeah,
I mean, I walk
former alumni. Yeah,
I walk like one, but
well, you don't have like 4 ACLs, so
I'm missing 4 ACLs for sure.
But going back to the misconceptions, guys, we're not, we're not here to talk about, we're not TMZ, so we're not trying to bring up
old stuff, man.
Old stuff. We're not trying to dating
trauma,
histories,
traumatic
events. Like we both had in our own right. When we both played, we both had things that happened to us that negatively impacted us.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure that's the same thing for other athletes that have been.
Dude, everywhere, not just at Pan American,
not just at Pan Am, not just UTRGV.
Every athlete that ever plays collegiate sports will go through their ups and through their downs.
Exactly.
Every athlete, every coach, every assistant coach, right? Will go through valleys, hills, peaks. I mean, all of it, right? So what we want to say is, man, if you come on this show, it doesn't matter what happened.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how low it got. Doesn't matter how high it got. Doesn't matter if nothing ever happened. I don't have anything to talk about. Guys, we want to talk to you. It's all about connecting.
Exactly.
You know, and there's so many good times, so much good stuff that happened, you know, and we can always kind of hone in on those good times.
What's
On
your
the
favorite moment, G?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what's like I know we
man,
asked this question to everybody, and I'm sure
yeah,
you
the good
yeah,
times,
what is
man.
your
Yeah,
what is one of your favorite moments
as an
that's
athlete, yeah.
as a when you were a participant in athletics for the university?
I can't really like put it into one specific moment. I think a lot of athletes I can kind of like relate to when they say, "Man, I really don't have one thing."
Yeah.
It was kind of like just the whole experience, you know, like the people that I met, the just the opportunity that I got to be a part of college athletics. You
Yeah.
know, that was like to me the very first time I walked into the gym and I was meeting everybody because everybody was there in the gym. I remember this was my first year. You weren't there yet. This was
No,
my
I
very
wasn't there
first
yet.
year. I
Yeah.
remember the first two people that I met were Brian Molina and Lalo Rios. And
Wow.
they were shooting in the gym and we had the meeting. And of course, the Three Valley guys had to be there earlier than everybody else, right? Because
Yeah.
we had something to prove. Like,
Exactly.
man, like two of us were walking on. I think all of us were kind of walking on a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. Lalo ended up getting a scholarship, but when that first time when I walked into that gym and I was waiting for that first meeting, that was like surreal to me. I was like, man, like this is really happening. Like I'm
This is
really gonna
really
be a part of
happening
the team.
for you, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
for me individually,
I mean,
and meeting those two guys.
I
Yeah.
remember walking into the gym that first year, and I had driven from home from Bastrop to down to the valley, and we were supposed to meet the next day, but I got there a day early. And I remember the first stop I made was the field house. And I
Yeah.
remember walking in and the girls were practicing volleyball or what have you. But I still to this day you walk in the gym and it smells the same, you
Oh,
know.
definitely. Yeah, it
And
does.
I remember taking those side doors, like right where the training room used to be,
Right.
and taking those double doors into the gym to the left, and you
Mm-hmm.
walking in, and it was just an amazing feeling because I had that same feeling like this is really happening for me. I'm an 18-year-old
Yeah.
kid,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
graduated a month and a half ago. Like this is my dream,
Yeah.
and the opportunities were so unknown. It was for
Yeah.
me to explore, that's what was exciting, and then
Yeah.
I get to meet you guys, right?
Yeah.
I've shared before how I remember first meeting you and Mike and where I was at,
Mhm.
right? And so um
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. And
i
I think,
I just
yeah.
I want to we have talked about this and it's known to us. This is what we wanted to share with everybody,
Mm.
so everybody
Well,
knows the Chewy Guerra experience, or everybody knows, you
uh,
know, the Judge Marla Cuellar experience, right? When
right.
she was
Mhm.
playing volleyball, the Wizard of the West Coast, right? With Gabe Valdez,
Yeah.
just
We want to know
knowing
about
what they were going
Lalo.
through and
Yeah.
sharing. Yeah.
What Lalo Rios, one of the best point guards to ever come across the field house.
Yeah.
What he was thinking, how he got prepared for games, what his favorite moments were. And Lalo had ups and downs, just like anybody else. Had a great career.
Yep.
He had some downs, he had ups, but we just want to connect with people and connect people with people. So not only do we want to connect because we're like curiously, like anxiously, always await
Yes.
to talk to somebody about their experiences, their journey, what it was like when they first got to the Valley, when they first got to UT Pan American, and just listening to those stories, man. That's probably my favorite part of the podcast. And one of
So
the things, yeah,
it's
yeah,
mine too. And what we've seen now since we've been doing
yeah,
it for so long, we're starting to see that people are connecting to people like that they had lost contact with,
right,
and
yes,
so
absolutely,
and now we're all professionals, right? And so
yeah,
if there's a service or something that
yeah,
one of the alumni or one of our guests is in, that we can connect them with somebody that's looking for said service. Like it's building that brotherhood or and I'm not trying to be gender specific, but it's building that camaraderie and that brotherhood of being, alumni, right?
And sisterhood.
And sisterhood too. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why I was saying I'm not being gender specific, right? But like it's building that family, that camaraderie, and
like just like our some of our recent guests. I mean, Dexter Schenkel, owns Outback Restaurant. He does some great things in the community, and he's connected, some great people together, and he's been, they've connected with him, he's connected with them. Most recently, Hurley Johnson. I had no idea that he was doing what he was doing. Yeah, he does lines for other parking lots, all over the valley.
Chick-fil-A as an account.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A guy. Come on, man. Who doesn't want free Chick-fil-A for a year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but to answer your question, Matt, with the specific, and the more I talk, the more I think about specifics. But I had so many downs, right? I would say that my friends were my ups, the people that I met. Yeah. But I think that if you were to focus in on basketball a little bit, it was that Monterey game, man. The opening game of the year, dude.
Is this your freshman year or sophomore year?
97. This is 97, 98.
Okay, Coach Brooks.
This is my sophomore year, Coach Brooks. We're playing Monterey Tech at the field house. Jim McCone is the sports writer at the time.
Yep.
Okay. And I got so this is the crazy part about that. Almost my entire family showed up for that.
Okay.
So I'm talking people from Houston, people from El Paso were down,
from Monterey,
from San Antonio. Yeah. I mean, I had 18 people all in one
Matamoros,
section.
They came over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there was 18 family members there, and they're all yelling my name. I don't know if you remember this.
I do.
They're all saying, "Put G in, put G in."
Yeah, I remember.
They had signs, and I'm embarrassed, man. I'm truly embarrassed because. Think about it. It's college. It's not a high school. It's not middle school. It's college.
It's college. Yeah.
What are you, man? I know they love me, but what are y'all doing here? Yelling at coach to put me in, right? So there's, I think, 5 seconds left in the first half. I go in. Maybe 20 seconds, something like that. It was under a minute.
Yeah.
And I get the ball and I launch it from I'd say 25, 26 feet.
As you should.
Top of the key, I just remember clearly that it was seconds going down. I launch it, boom, goes right in, right? Okay, cool. So everybody goes crazy because it was a half-court expiration, halftime expiration shot.
Yep.
Dude, second half.
I was on the block, by the way. I was on the block. I remember that shot going up. I'm like, this one.
It went up.
Yeah.
So spit the whole second half again, family. Put G in. Put G. I'm like, man, this is embarrassing. So, but I felt the love, right? Of course, I was grateful, but I'm 19, 20 years old. I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah.
So, end of the game, we're up by 30. So they're like, hey, 2 minutes left, man. 1 minute left. Put G in, man. Put G in. I can hear my uncles yelling, I go in with about 40 some seconds left. I remember we moved the basketball around, and I remember Coach Brooks saying, "You don't shoot the ball, right?" But you're telling a 20-year-old, okay, that
hardly got any that didn't get any time last year, right? Yeah,
never got any time 2 years before that. Never got time.
Yeah,
man, I'm wide open in the corner. They swing me the basketball with 1 second left. I didn't even think about it. It wasn't one of those things where I want to put the nail in the coffin or I want to give it to Monterey Tech. It had nothing to do with that. It was just an eager kid getting the ball and doing what he does.
It was instinctual.
It was instinct.
It's what you do in practice every day, right?
Every day.
Yeah.
So, man, they swing it to me in the corner, put it up. I think I kicked one leg like Kobe or something. I remember something like that, right? Because it was like a nonchalant kind of like, well, I'm not really going to try to make this, right? Because we're up 30. But the thing, it goes in, boom. So it's a expiration shot again. So Jim McCone the next day is like two buzzer beater shots by Gonzalo
in one game.
in
So
one
you got
game.
2 buzzer beaters.
Man, let's go.
And
Let's
Coach
go,
Brooks
Matt.
didn't play the rest of the season because
he didn't like that last shot. He didn't
no, that's not true. Because you ended up playing against
Yeah.
playing against like TCU or Illinois or something. I remember.
Yeah,
But,
well, I got flash minutes, like
Yeah.
flash
Yeah.
here, flash there.
Yeah.
TCU, Oklahoma State, Illinois. Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
good. It was good, man. But the things that you did there obviously speaks volumes. There's so many things that you could probably choose from, but I think what people are going to remember you by, Matt, is your legacy.
Well,
I think I think you left a legacy there.
I hope that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, I think the podcast now has a big kind of component to that, and which is great. People don't know this, but like my grandmother on my mom's side went to Pan Am when it was Pan American College, when it was across the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
Both my parents took classes there.
Right.
They didn't graduate from there, but they took classes. And my dad, when he was growing up, they would play pickup games in the field house, so my parents grew up down there, and so we would spend summers down in the valley, growing up as kids. And so I was always familiar with the valley, but I didn't really understand the history of Pan Am. But then it kind of hit me where, like, now I represent the same university that my family has history with. And so I want to leave a legacy with the school, and so I'm honored to do that. But I really think that the podcast is playing a bigger component than my futile attempt at a college basketball career. Like, I think this is more impactful, telling stories.
Well, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy
dunking
world
on somebody from the University of Denver. So
it's a crazy world we live in, man. Because think about it. When on earth would he have ever been 18, 19, 20 years old at the field house practicing, thinking 20, 25, 30 years from now, we're going to be reaching. We're going to be reaching people all across the world.
Exactly.
Through a little screen, and us just bringing on people that are interesting, that are awesome, and that have a story to tell, man.
Because I don't ever recall being in practice and Coach Brooks running us and you being on the verge of quitting and be like, "No, G, don't quit. We got a podcast coming up in 30 years. Like, I need you."
Yeah. We need to develop. Like, don't just quit, leave, and go like to Kansas.
Because if you quit, who's going to be my fucking co-host? So.
That's right, man. Like, we're not going to have any stories to tell, bro. You have to stick this out.
Yeah.
But it's crazy though, because one of the reasons why I stuck it out so long, and people always ask me, why did you stick around for 3 years of practices, of weights, of 5 a.m., of study halls? I mean, it's practically a job. Never got a scholarship. I was a walk-on all 3 years and probably got 12 minutes playing time total. Why did you do it? And I just kept telling myself, man, I don't know why I want to, but I feel like I need to. Number one, because I don't want to quit. And number two, I feel like the people that I meet right now and through basketball, they're going to be in my life for a long time.
Agreed.
And not only friendship wise, but networking wise. I was, because at the time I wanted to be a basketball coach. That was the only thing on my mind. The only thing was I want to be a college basketball coach. That was the only thing for the years all 3 years. That's what I wanted to do after playing. And I said, man, playing will help me achieve that. It'll help me build those networks. That's why I stuck with it. But
Wow.
hey, that's what legacy is all about, though, man. The thing is,
Yeah.
the kids start something and they don't finish because it gets difficult.
No, you bring up a really good point, right? Because we played in a different era, right? But how do you think you legacy will be defined now with the modern day NIL portal athlete? Where they're, and I'm not just talking about UTRGV, I'm talking about in the space of collegiate athletics, whether it be basketball, football, whatever, with the ability to transfer schools without, penalty or whatever. What do you think legacy is now going to be defined as? Because if a guy is only there for a year, kind of like a rent-a-player, and I say guy, but I'm also referring to women's sports as well. But if an athlete is there for 1 year, how do you really judge the legacy that athlete has left and that mark? The Hall of Fame voting is going to get really depleted, so
yeah, man. So I think it's all about perception. Like, it's the way that these guys are perceived now, right? If you were to talk to a 10, 11, 12-year-old about legacy, they would look at you and go, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Even an 18, 19-year-old, what are you, legacy?
Yeah.
Man, who could hoop?
Yeah.
Like, who's the GOAT? Just all these things that you hear on social media, it's all social media driven. I mean, look at what we're doing now, right? So when we talk about legacy, I think it's a generational thing. I think it's, yes, we did play in a different generation. I think we think differently. I think our perception of people are, man, those guys left a legacy,
Mhm.
and it was all about leaving something for future generations. Now, I don't think people are thinking that way now. I think people are going, what is it that I can do for me now? What is it that
So
I
it's
can
more
do?
of a selfish type of
I think it's more
deflection?
centered. Yeah,
Centered. Okay.
I think it's more centered around their circle, and not so much selfish because, not selfish because I feel like people have circles now. Like, they're so tight, right? And I think everything is centered around their circle, and they're not really trying to do anything around that or abroad to carry their legacy. I think they couldn't care less to carry legacy. I think their legacy will be defined as, hey, how much money did I make? Right? That's what we're chasing, man. That's what we're chasing.
Well,
The reason why people are transferring schools is because of money. Let's just put it that way. If there was a bag to chase, if there was no bag to chase, people would kind of go, kids and athletes would go, hey, I'm good here.
This isn't this isn't bad. I'm playing, or I'm happy, or I'm content, whatever the case is.
Or I can tolerate it because I don't want to change. Or
I kind of like your mentality. I want to be a college coach, so I'm gonna put in the work for the 3 years, because ultimately that's my goal. That's my personal legacy, what I want to achieve, right?
Yes.
And
you still have people like that, though. You still have coaches, you still have athletes that have that, hey, man, I want to be in this little gig right here because it's going to help me achieve my goals, job-wise, networking-wise. You still have those. But I just think that some of those, that with the NIL, I think just the platform has changed. I think it's changed. I think the word legacy, I don't think is thrown around as much as it's thrown around with us old heads, right?
Yeah. I'm reflective on an episode we did a couple of weeks ago with Coach Armand, who was our assistant, right? And I don't know if it was on camera or off, but he had made a comment where it's like, Matt, you could have played towards the end, you could have played in a bigger conference, like a Power 5 at SEC or something. I don't know if you recall him saying that, but
I do.
I'm reflective is I don't know if I have wanted to. My last year we were independent, No, my last 2 years we were independent. And so that was difficult, but I don't think I wouldn't have traded the relationships and the experiences that I had for those 2 years or that last year. I wouldn't have traded. I don't think moving to a Baton Rouge, Louisiana to play at LSU would have kind of filled that cup.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy to say that now, man. But both of us know that if somebody offers you life-changing money, you would have that conversation with your parents, and everybody would come to the decision of, hey,
yes,
you need to take it.
You're right. I'm talking about just transferring
Yeah,
in general. I'm not talking about like, I'm not talking about having the money. Of course, money is a factor, right? But, and I'm all for players getting paid, but I'm just saying, me personally, I don't know what choice I would have made.
Yeah,
because I had the opportunity after my freshman year to leave, and I didn't.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because then Saddle Up, would have been a twinkle in somebody's eye. Yeah, it wouldn't have been reality.
I'm just really thankful that the legacy. We had a conversation with Dr. Bailey last week, you and I, and something that really stuck with me, it was that he was proud of us for doing this, and for him to say that means a lot. Means a lot.
Yeah, no,
he loves what we're doing.
Hey, man, that's why we're doing it.
Exactly.
It's not about recognition. Obviously, it's not about money. Obviously, because there's no money being made.
But we are kindly taking sponsors.
We're kindly taking donations, and we'll put our Cash App and Venmo up after this show. No,
if you want to buy merch,
go to the YouTube merch store. But hey, we talk about legacy, man, and I just want to shout out to two legends that passed away. One kind of close to our age. We followed him on the Cosby Show.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner, man, gone way too soon. Speaking of legacy, he left a legacy. He left things that we can go back and remember, right? We can actually go back, watch the show, and laugh at the things that he said, that he did. And hopefully, man, someday down the road, somebody can look back at this show and go, man, they had some pretty cool people on.
Exactly.
Man, they made us laugh. They laughed together. We laughed with them. Even though they didn't know we were laughing, we were watching, laughing, and we had a good time listening to those stories. So when we talk about legacy, man, I think about that. And shout out to Ozzy Osbourne as well, man. He passed. Think about all the music that guy made that pumped us up before games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How crazy is that? Just him leaving that legacy, man.
And how many other people he influenced. Like, that was just, I wasn't a staple Ozzy Osbourne fan, but obviously he had hits and you would listen to him and it would get you hype.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how many fans he had across the world that they were religiously like, and it was literally like a cult. Like, they followed him. Like, that's our guy. Yeah, he is the guy.
So, do you think that people will ever look at us and go, "Those are our guys right there"? Those are the two.
Well, if they do, it's great. But if they do, they really need to seek out therapy. And I can't deal with that responsibility, man. You got 2 kids, I got a kid. Like, that's enough. I don't need to worry about followers.
That's right. No, not those type of followers. We want the YouTube followers and the Instagram followers, Facebook, but not the cult following. But hey, but when we talk about legacy, man, and what we leave behind and the things that we do, and we just, man, to kind of wrap up the show for this week, I want to shout out to the football staff, man, at UTRGV. And I know, man, there's so many things going on, dude. There's band, there's volleyball getting ready. Coach Lowry's getting ready with his girls, man. And we're excited about that season. But everybody's talking, of course, about football because it's the inaugural season, man.
Yep.
They are starting their legacy.
Yep.
Like, imagine that. Like, when we first did our first show, that's how they're gonna feel, exactly how we did, right? But they're feeling, right? I mean, they're feeling like this is our first practice, this is our first game, this is our first
First training
broadcasted
camp.
game,
First.
first training camp. This is
Yeah.
our first head coach.
Yep.
This is the first
First time we run out on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. First first pregame speech ever. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Can I just want to shout out Coach Bush. If you're watching and you're listening, can we please be there for your first pregame speech? We're going to be at the game. We're going to be at the game. Can we just be there for your?
Let's just hope we
first-
get into. Let's just be
Hope we
thankful
get
that we
into-
get into the arena without getting arrested.
We get
Okay,
into the
let's
game.
not
Yeah,
try and
right,
get into the
right.
locker
I just
room.
wanna-
You know.
I just want to listen to that first pregame speech and say, Saddle Up Podcast, guys, was there. We were there to listen to that first inaugural awesome pregame speech. Man,
Yeah.
that's just Coach Bush. That's my wish.
We need to get Coach Bush on before the first game. Let's do it.
That's right.
Let's
do
get him
that.
on.
And that's going to be my only question to him. Can we listen to the
Can you
pregame
get a
speech?
snippet? Can we get a
Yeah.
Can we get a snippet of what you're going to say to the guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
And to leave the legacy, because Coach Bush is embarking on leaving a legacy
As well. Himself.
with the university, regardless
He
of
will.
his tenure, however
Yeah.
long he stays or whatever. The future is uncertain, but
Mhm.
he is the first head coach for football, so his
That's
legacy
awesome, man.
is
Awesome.
is being cemented every day, and that's
Every day,
that's-
man.
And there's
Ah,
nobody better to lead and carry that torch
Yeah.
than Coach Bush.
I love talking about legacy. I think this is like the second or third time that we brought up legacy on the show, but we always have different things to talk about when we talk
Yeah.
about legacy, things that are updated, things that happen, things that the people that we spoke to, right, recently,
Yeah,
that kind of just adds to our adds fuel to the fire of what legacy means to us, because that's why we started this show, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we're going to be at that first game, man. August 30th.
August 30th, Saturday, August 30th. Yep.
Saturday, August 30th. I think we're tailgating with no other than Wing Barn. I
Wing
believe they're
Barn,
going to be there tailgating. We're going to
Crash
tailgate
Gal,
with
Leah Wise. We're gonna stop
Leah,
by there.
We
Yeah.
were invited by Leah Wise, the best attorney in the valley,
Yeah.
to show up and crash their tailgate party.
No pun
Hopefully,
intended.
If,
No crash. Yeah, we are crashing. We are crashing.
we-
here at
no
tailgate,
pun.
but
Absolutely. Anybody else that wants to invite us, please reach out. All right. We don't charge a fee.
yeah,
Yeah.
no appearance fee.
We'll just show up.
Yeah.
Show up, and we'll chug a couple iced teas,
Yeah,
and we'll get it going, man.
yeah. Sounds perfect, man.
But
Well, I'm
hey,
glad that
before
we
we
can
go,
kind of
Before we go.
glad we were able to talk about legacy and clearing up any
before we go,
misconceptions. You know,
hey, myths and misconceptions.
yeah.
That's the title of the podcast. That's the title of the podcast. But yeah, man, come on to the show. We're gonna make you feel like you're always every guest.
Family.
You're part of
Yeah.
the family. You're part of the Saddle Up family. You're part of the Pan Am Vaquero family. And we just want to hear your stories, man. And reach out to us if you want to be on the show.
Let's do it.
And don't be afraid to be on the show. Come on, it's fun.
Let's go.
You know who I'm talking to if you're listening. All right, Matt Palmquist.
Oh, we're gonna do the question.
This is
Okay,
for
cool.
Wing. Yeah, thank you to Wing Barn for
Shout out
their always the love that they give us for giving us gift cards to give away
It's
to our
dang
guests.
good.
We're gonna give away these gift cards to anybody that kind of like under our YouTube channel just kind of says anything about, and if they're from the Valley, I can go and take it to them. But
Yep.
anybody that kind of mentions what kind of legacy they want to leave.
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. If you had to listen to one song for the rest of your life, Matt Palmquist, what song would that be?
Bizarre Love Triangle by New Order.
Can you give us a little snippet of what that?
Oh yeah, you definitely have heard it I'm not gonna sing it. Just look it up. Bizarre Love Triangle. It's on the
I get
Down on my knees. Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
So
got
if
it.
you want to
All
listen
right.
to it, it's on the soundtrack on Spotify. So check
All
it
right.
out.
Okay, awesome, man. Thank you for that. I think you've mentioned that before.
I
But
have, yeah.
if somebody had didn't listen to that show,
New listeners, yeah.
All right. What would be the title of a movie based on your career, and who would you want to play you? I got it, man. If you don't
Are you
have
going
it,
to
I
answer
got
my
it.
question? Okay.
I want to answer for you.
Okay, go ahead and you can answer for me, and then I'll give you an answer.
No. Go ahead.
I want to know who you're thinking.
Okay, so the answer would be Below the Rim.
Okay.
Played by Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know about the name of the title of the movie, but if you're talking about and I'm not taking away from your answer. I think
Footwork,
that's
man.
respectable.
Footwork. Like, you didn't have to play above the rim. You had footwork, you're smart, your intelligence.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
I
mean?
did
I'm
play
just
above the
saying, man.
rim, and
Okay. You did.
yeah,
Okay.
and that
Tomato,
Hustler movie on
tomato,
Netflix with Adam Sandler is one of my favorite movies, and I've
potato,
been told,
potato.
yeah. I don't know the name of the movie that I would call my autobiography, but I think I would either have somebody like Ryan Reynolds or Keanu Reeves, maybe.
Okay.
I'm thinking like Point Break Keanu, with the hair.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know if I've ever known you to have that different hairstyle than what you have now.
Yeah, exactly.
That has always been your.
I'm not talking about like
Speed
John Wick Keanu Reeves. I'm talking about like Point Break Keanu Reeves.
Matrix Keanu Reeves, maybe.
Yes, Matrix Keanu Reeves. Yes.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just what's slender, the title tall.
What's the title of the movie? You got this. You got this.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I couldn't. I would just name it 610. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I would call it. My biography.
That's tough, man.
Nubs, maybe. I don't know.
Fly high, baby. Hey, fly high.
Fly high. There you go.
High, baby. High. All right. Last question.
Misunderstood. That's what
you go.
Or legacy. High. That's what I call it. Legacy.
Legacy. Flying high, legacy, misunderstood. If you could go back in time, what age would you be, and what would you do at that age for that day?
Ooh.
What age would you be, and what would you do? 24-hour period. It's not going to change the course of history.
I don't have a particular day, but I would probably go back to a particular time, and it would be probably either that freshman or sophomore year, probably freshman year, when it just seemed like, as you obviously have responsibilities, but they're not as having adult responsibilities, and so feeling that freedom of just being a kid again on an off day, where you don't have to do study hall because your hours are already, you're already completed.
Yeah,
you don't have any exams that week to study for. You've got home games that stretch for that week. So that's why I'm saying I don't have a particular day in mind, but just one of those days where it was just like, okay, I can hang out with the guys, watch Braveheart.
Innocent, innocent. It was innocent responsibility.
Yeah. Go to Applebee's and get 25-cent wings, something like that, where it was just like, go to the mall and walk around, something like that.
There were responsibilities, but it still felt like you had no cares in the world.
Yeah, and it didn't.
But you
didn't
still had
reflect on your credit, So
yeah, exactly. Hey, shout out to Brian Molina for working at Olive Garden during those college years.
Fed us
so that we could go and get some free bread and water.
And water,
Come on,
salad,
man. Shout
and
out.
soup. The Toscana
Salad
soup
and soup.
still
Yeah, that
hits,
was,
man.
and yeah, sometimes
It
that's
still
when he could
hits.
get away with it. The salad and soup would come out, but
Yeah.
for sure, the bread and water was always there for us,
The
man.
bread
Thank
and
you.
water. Like we were in prison, you know.
Yeah,
Shout out to
man.
Jessica Ostarsevich, who was worked at
That's right.
Applebee's that would get us, you know,
Yeah.
leftovers. Like she fed me so many times. Shout out to Jess, right?
Thank you, Jess. But shout out to everybody that helped us throughout those years of just being poor and just trying to make it and trying to find ourselves, man. And thank you for helping us find our own legacy.
Yeah. Buffy Buffamonte that always come through with the botana from Las Brisas in the clutch.
Hey, man.
Like,
hey, and thank God that Buffy didn't like cafeteria food.
Yeah.
Because she always gave me
Michelle and Bob always gave us the card money. Yeah, exactly. So,
scholarship card money. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. You helped shape our legacy.
Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts and from Saddle Up. It's been a great show. It's been great talking. Matty P, it's always great. You know, mixing it up with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And
till next week, guys.
Hey, we can't wait to have you on. Just wait, man. Our guest next week's going to be fire.
Saddle up, baby.
Up.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. You know, like something happened